Hey, it's Soul with another video, and today I'm going to cover the most expensive mounts in the World of Warcraft. And by expensive, I mean the mounts that cost like about 10,000 gold or higher after reputation discount. It's actually not so bad, it's a shorter list than you might think. By the end of this video, you'll be angry, maybe broke, maybe happy to brag that you have some of these mounts, or you might be somewhere in between. Whatever the case, hit the like button, subscribe for more coverage, and catch me live on Twitch. Let's start with a round of reputation mounts from the Battle for Azeroth expansion that we can all lump together as they all go for 10,000 gold after discount. By the way, keep in mind that in order to buy many of these mounts, you do need to be exalted reputation with that faction, so you might notice that prices look high at first, but by the time you can buy them, they'll be cheaper than the original cost. Anyway, back to this. The reputations and their mounts are going to be different for each of the factions here. For the Horde, you need Exalted with the Zandalari Empire, Talanji's Expedition, and the Voldunai. For the Alliance, you need Exalted with the Order of Embers, Storm's Wake, and the Proudmoore Admiralty, and you can buy these mounts off of the Quartermasters. What's funny is that the Alliance mounts are all just horses. Mind you, they're like great looking horses, while the Horde have a wider variety of mounts, some of which can fly. Next up, we have one of the first mounts to feature both NPC vendors and the ability to seat up to 3 players. The Traveler's Tundra Mammoth goes for 20 grand before discount and can be bought in either the old or new Dalaran from the same NPC to boot. Next up, we have the Witherhide Cliff Stomper and the Rock Tusk Battle Boar, which cost 20,000 and 10,000 gold respectively. To get these, you need a level 3 garrison from Warlords of Draenor, regardless of your faction, or you can go into someone else's level 3 garrison and look for this specific vendor, or the Alliance equivalent since I don't have a level 3 garrison of my own. Note that there's no reputation requirement here, and the mounts themselves, they're not designed with the faction in mind, but the native land that you ruined. The Wastewander Skyterror is a cutie that can be picked up in Uldum. You need to have the timeline set to Battle for Azeroth to see this vendor who sells the mount for under 20,000 gold once you reach Exalted Rep. We're moving a little bit higher in gold cost as we progress to a group of Shadowlands mounts. Each of the 4 factions associated with the ruling covenants offer a mount that you can buy for an unusually high amount of gold. Considering other similar mounts are bought for much cheaper, or with Anima, that's the world content currency of that expansion. Moving on up to the 50,000 gold range is the Mosshide River Wallow. You can buy this mount from your faction hub over on Ashrin. You're also going to need 5,000 Apexis crystals, which can be farmed over in Tanan Jungle. I think the high price for this mount was an answer to the crazy amount of garrison gold that people were able to generate while the Warlords expansion was current. Even back then, 50,000 was not a lot. Now we return to Battle for Azeroth content and entering the 70,000 gold range. The Quartermasters who sold these cheaper 10,000 gold mounts also feature much more expensive flying mounts when you hit Exalted. You got Griffins for the Alliance and Pterodactyl mounts for the Horde. And now we're crossing over to the 6-digit club. There's a special mount that only Alliance players have access to here, and that's the Champion's Treadblade. It's a motorcycle, and it was part of a contest to vote between this and a Horde version of the mount, the Warlord's Death Wheel. The mount with the most votes would be given to the associated faction for free, they just need to claim it. The loser would end up having to pay 100,000 gold to get their mount. Long story short, the Alliance mount lost the contest, but they also won, because to this day, Alliance players can buy this mount, while Horde players can no longer claim the Warlord Death Wheel due to some weird legal issue. The Grand Expedition Yak is another one of WoW's most popular mounts, featuring a vendor to repair/sell junk and to use transmog services. This one goes for a cool 120,000 gold, there's no rep requirement or discount, and for its utility is arguably a must-buy to help you and your team repair and get rid of crap, but most importantly, change your transmog. We're really starting to hit the high-ticket items with a big jump all the way to a trio of frog mounts that go for 333,333 gold, or like a million if you want all 3 colors. There's no reputation required, the vendor is found in a teeny little cave in Nazmir. The Rustbelt Resistor is one of WoW's most unique mount models between the themes and the animations. This one goes for about 420,000 gold once you hit Exalted with the Rustbolt Resistance over in Mechagon. Vendors in the Zandalar and Kultura's capital sell the Reins of the Palehide Direhorn for a whopping 500,000 gold with no discount. Rough. But there's no rep required and, dude, it's a dinosaur. The Lightforged Warframe requires Exalted Rep with the Armory of the Light and another 500,000 gold, but with only so many mounts in this kind of mecha style, this one stands out. And finally we have what's currently the most expensive vendor mount in the game, the Blood Fan Cocoon. It goes for 2 million gold and is only bought off the Mad Merchant in the Broken Isles version of Dalaran. The spawn rate of this merchant is random, and once it's up, as soon as anyone buys something off of him, he'll despawn after about an hour or so you gotta jump on this one quick if you're interested in the spider. There's no reputation requirement, which is okay, but a fat rep discount would have probably been worth the grind too. Special mention, of course, has got to go to the Brutus mount, once king of this hill at 5 million gold, but now technically no longer sold from a vendor. Since then, there's been no single purchase that has come close to it, and for the foreseeable future, there may never be something sold at that level. Maybe down the road, we'll see more gold sinks similar to Tier 3 crafting, making us farm for a bunch of a rare item that maybe we can spend a boatload of gold to buy instead. For now though, these are the most expensive vendor mounts in WoW. Are you still missing any? Do you happen to have all of them? Let your pride and envy out for all to see in a comment below. Like the video, subscribe for more coverage, catch me live, and I'll catch you later. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.